honey. I'm your mishbuka. That's all I can say. All right, go with God.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, today's show is all about social media and the powerful impact it can have. Mark Horvath is a perfect example of that. He documents the lives of the homeless and posts their videos on YouTube. Here's a clip of Mark in action from the documentary At Home.
Hi, YouTube. My name is Mark. I started something called InvisiblePeople.tv, where I empower homeless people to tell their own stories. I started using social media not because I wanted to be a social media guru, but because it's free.
I miss being domestic. You know, I'm kind of losing that feeling.
You're homeless with your two daughters. We're overplaying. Tell me about it.
I've been on the streets for almost 5 years, bro.
We had a house at one point, we had vehicles, we had everything, and it kind of it fell apart. At one point when this is all happening, you feel like a failure. You think, you know what, there are still people worse off than you. There are people who are living under bridges.
Please welcome Mark Horvath to the show. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for my lovely gift. That book is absolutely beautiful and it will be on my desk all the time. So thank you.
That's kind of how it all started.
Yeah, well, you know, tell everybody, you gave me this book. It was portraits of the homeless. And so you were once homeless yourself.
Yeah, my last boss, he had it in his office, and then he laid me off, and I said, gosh, I could do that with video. But my story, back many years ago, I had a great job in television and syndication, and I ended up homeless on Hollywood Boulevard. And I rebuilt my life back to a 3-bedroom house and, you know, new car in the garage and working in nonprofit marketing.
And you also got sober.
Yeah, I have 17 years sober this last August.
Fantastic. Because your story is so inspiring. What made you want to use social media to show a clear picture of what it's like for the homeless?
Well, I'd rebuilt my life and the economy tanked. So I lost everything again. And this time, sober, I couldn't find a job. I looked. McDonald's wouldn't hire me. Marketing was being cut. It was a very scary time.
And that's a story for so many people right now.
I'm not the only one. And it's, you know, but the magic is get out of yourself and go help somebody. And your problems don't go away, but it gets a perspective. So I just went out and I grabbed the camera and I started interviewing homeless people because I've always felt homeless people's story was never told right. And I started using Twitter and YouTube and Facebook, not because I wanted to be a social media guru, but they're free. It's all I had. And
it's powerful. I mean, it reaches the masses. And I want just everyone to know, tell us about the farm that was donated to you.
Well, I was speaking in Arkansas, and it was a amphitheater outside very similar to this studio. And several homeless people were in the audience. And they started heckling. And I could have, you know, I kind of had a choice. I could have either called security or embraced it. So I invited them down and I interviewed them just like I do on Invisible People. And the mayor was in the audience and a housing program was started. And a farmer donated 40 acres of land to the community that is currently feeding 150 people a week. And that's just amazing.
Gives you chills. The hairs on the back of my neck stand up. It is absolutely amazing. And I wanted to say one of your biggest fans is here in our audience today. She is the head of social innovation at Twitter and the author of Twitter for Good, Claire Diaz-Ortiz. It is so nice to see you here. Could you look cuter?
Thank you.
So, I mean, it's amazing. You know, I write on Twitter what I'm having for breakfast and the idea of what people like Mark are doing with Twitter. So, you know, what can you say? I mean, this power of social media, it's even bigger than we think.
No, it's unbelievable. And what you have to remember is that, you know, Twitter is a really simple tool, but when you get these life-changing experiences out of it, that's because people are using it in really innovative, amazing ways. And Mark is a perfect example of that.
And you featured him in your book.
Yeah, so when I was doing research for a book called Twitter for Good, Change the World One Tweet at a Time, Mark was basically front and center simply because what he does that's so interesting is, there are many nonprofits and charities on Twitter, but what Mark does is he's able to put social media in the hands of those being helped, which is really a big difference if you think about it. It's one thing to be tweeting about your great work at a homeless shelter maybe, but it's different to put social media in the hands of homeless populations.
It's absolutely amazing, and I want to say we wanted to help you, and so our friends at Hanes are donating 5,000 pairs of socks for you to hand out to the homeless. And Henry Shine Cares is also donating 5,000 toothbrushes and 10,000 travel-size containers of toothpaste.
Wow.
So I'm just thrilled to help in your journey of helping everybody. Thank you so much. Coming up next, hey, you know what, Claire? Here, you read that. Coming up next.
Coming up next, some say if only he knew how to tweet, he might have won Dancing with the Stars.
Fan favorite, and my friend Tristan McManus is going to get a Twittervention you won't want to miss. We'll be right back.